Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Sorry I'm slightly late. Been having a few technical issues lately, so hopefully it's not too bad. I have a nice beer to start my Boxing Day. So yeah, it's not even 10 a.m. yet here, so time to get into it. It's called DIVEBAR ROCKSTAR. I thought that's a pretty awesome name and something that I would consider myself. It's a West Coast Pilsner and it's at 5%. It's by Banks Brewing, one of my favourite out of southeast Melbourne. I love West Coast Pilsners. It's sort of my go-to crusher style. I just think they're sort of beer, good flavour, not too high in ABV, easy to drink. They're a good sessionable style. And I've got the glass to match. So hopefully everyone's having a good Chrissy. Obviously it's Boxing Day here. I don't do much for Christmas, so it's just another day pretty much. But I'm wearing the hat in support of the people out there that do celebrate Christmas. So yeah, this one's dry hopped with Crush and Citra. And I was just seeing if it was like a collaboration with a dive bar or anything, but no. And let's go through the chat first because I've missed quite a few people. We got Bumpy. Yeah, Bumpy yesterday in that off air when I sort of took off abruptly, something happened with my laptop and I couldn't get it sorted. So sorry about that. You're probably wondering what the hell went on. Fusel, Henning, I don't know how you pronounce that, Solstra. Good to see you, boys. We got got a good Norwegian contingent here. Skull. Cheers, guys. And cheers, Lee. Cheers, Lee. Thanks, mate. So let's get into it. I'm thirsty. I think it's got the same skull on the. He's got a cigar in his mouth by the looks. Oh, I just spilled a little bit on the floor. That can add to yesterday's. So I've scheduled 2 reviews for this morning. I'm not sure what's happening panel-wise with people. I might go live with a hangout, but I've got some really good beers I want to drink at some stage. I've got all this US stuff and I haven't touched it yet. So it's got like a real sort of lemon color to it. It's very, very active carbonation, very spritzy. It's going nuts. It's quite loud. Very foamy head. Like that with the lager. It's always good. So yeah, probably like a 5 to 6 finger foamy head. As I said, like a lemonish colour. I would say probably light bodied. Cheers, Lady Gemini. I figured you were just dead to me. Yeah, because I just it cut out and everything disappeared and then I couldn't get back. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I've been having trouble today as well. I spilt coffee on the laptop a couple of weeks ago and I feel like it just hasn't been, even though I cleaned it all up and it seems like it's right, I feel like something about it's just not quite right ever since. So let's go a whiff, shall we? And the new Crush Hop, I don't actually know too much about. So the good thing is I've got quite a few Aussie beers in the fridge that have Crush in it. So it's one of those hops that I'll get to know a fair bit more in the coming weeks. It's got like huge passion fruit. Lemon, orange. It's like sweet but zesty. Even like a touch of lime. As far as the base goes, it's like biscuity and like a grainy edge, like sort of like a cereal. Yeah, the lemon's actually popping quite a bit. So not only did it look like lemon in colour, maybe it's just lemon juice with alcohol in it. Oh yeah, I've heard that Emperor Brewery's unreal. My mate that's coming out from the UK to Australia in a few months' time, he's going to bring, I think, one or two Emperor stouts for me. May the 4th, yeah, that'd be cool. Like most of their stuff's like Star Wars themed and that, isn't it? Yeah, I can't get over how much like how lemon forward it is. You'd think it'd have like an old school like noble hop. So yeah, maybe Crush has a real citrusy bite to it. Don't know. As I said, I have had beers with it in it, but just not many. I'm going in. I'm thirsty. Cheers, guys. And all those guys that joined the Scandinavians, I am assuming you're all Norwegian, or because yeah, Fusel's been around for a while. It's good to see some people from all around the globe. I need to get hold of some more Scando beers. I used to drink heaps of them back in the day. Yeah. And they're always doing collabs with other good breweries and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I was talking about Fusel and then talking about, yeah, Norwegian beer scene and Scandinavia. And yeah, then all of a sudden one stream is sort of all turned up at once. Ooh. That like a type of like alcohol, like a liquor, or is that a style of beer? It sounds good though, if it's smoky. Yep, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I have heard the home brewing scene in Norway is really good, and Poland was another one. Cheers, Joe. Happy Boxing Day to you, brother. Paul and Michelle was saying they were hanging out with some other Australian and trying to talk about getting a stream going where it's like three or four of us Aussies, but yeah, I don't know who it was they were referring to. Like they've got their mate Richard that they always talk about, and then they said me and you, but then there's this other guy, and it's like, yes, it is cool that we're all Aussies, but doesn't mean we're all going to be like the same and get on. I mean, most Aussies get on well together, but yeah, I can't get over how like zesty and like it's just got that. It's got that sort of punchy citrus, like a German hop, but it's like elevated. Like you know when you have a German lager and the citrus is very light, like subtle, like it's just there. It's sort of in the background. but this is like real punchy and like full on. It's almost like I wouldn't be surprised if this crush hop is somehow developed from one of those old school ones, and then maybe with the newer hop. Because I mean, they all come from other hops originally. Oh, are you back in Sydney already? I thought you were in Melbourne for a couple of weeks. I didn't even get back to you with the message. I thought you were still there for another week or so. Yeah, you'll have to check out mountain culture, dude, out in the Blue Mountains. Probably wouldn't have been worth recommending you any pubs if it was only sort of the Christmas week, because yeah, they would have just been like completely different to what they normally are. So yeah, very crushable this beer, easy to drink, clean and crushable. Makes me want to go to a dive bar. I've heard that in like cities like Berlin and Munich, you like, I think Cologne might have been another one. You can just be strolling the streets like early hours of the morning and all of a sudden just hear music playing somewhere. And you'll go down some random basement and there's like, yeah, full on dive bar with like rock and metal going at like stupid hours of the morning. And that sounds like my sort of jam. Yeah, it's always a solid area to go to. I reckon with when it comes to just sort of your standard bars and restaurants and stuff, Smith Street in Fitzroy or Brunswick Street are always good. Um, yeah, at least like Richmond area's got heaps of pubs, like Swan Street and Bridge Road. But yeah, when you said that you weren't really into the craft stuff, it sort of threw me a bit too. Like, cause yeah, if you're into craft like me, I would have just been able to reel off names, boom, 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 like straight away. One I probably should have said to you, even though it's crafty, but because you're in Richmond, I should have said go check out Fox Friday because that's not far from that area you were in. They're a brewery from Tasmania, and they've just built a new brew pub in that area. Sesame Street. I'm Oscar the Grouch. Cheers, guys, and cheers, midnight. Even though I'm dead to you. Hopefully, everyone's well fed and well lubricated from all the alcohol. Or if you're a smoker, you've lit it up. Yeah, Hobart's a beautiful place. I went to Tasmania a couple of years ago and really, really enjoyed it. They pride themselves on like all the local produce. Like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, there's so many places that do like particular meats and cheeses and like distilleries and breweries, and they're just all in like random spots. You'll just be driving through the countryside and all of a sudden here's a big whiskey place. And yeah, you can just tell they really love their sort of local area and like trying to make it, I don't know, better for their own community. The seafood down there is amazing. Real relaxed vibe too. I mean, it does get cold over winter time, especially like I was up on Mount Wellington, which is in Hobart. I was up there during the winter when it was real windy. I remember we got out of the car and I opened the door and the door nearly fucking like it was that aggressive the way it opened as soon as I flicked the handle. It felt like it was gonna snap off. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's what I wondered. I was thinking, is it like a smoked beer or like some sort of spirit or liquor? Well, yesterday I had two imperial stouts to start the day because they were my. Oh no, yes, sorry, no, that was the day before. Yesterday I had the big sour bottle, but I only had like I don't know, I probably had because it was a 1.5 liter. I probably would have had about half of that, maybe not even. And then I had a couple of other beers. Um, what did I have? Yeah, I had a barrel aged stout, and then I joined Bumpy's show. And we had a beer on there, and then I think I had one more, and then yeah, I had the problems with my computer, so I ended up just going to bed for a few hours, and then yeah, I was going to get back onto it Christmas night, but yeah, just there wasn't really much going on. Yeah, and also too, because if you went there during your winter, it's like conditions that just it'd be so much more extreme than what we're used to here. So it might be pretty tough. I mean, you're obviously dressed to the elements and that, but I'd imagine like a Norwegian winter would be brutal. Cool. Was anyone doing anything today, show wise, Bumpy? I can't remember anyone saying anything. Cheers, Luke. Pretty quiet, mate. Hopefully, you had a good one with your family. I'm in one of those moods today. I mean, it's only early, like it's 10 a.m. here, just cracking a first beer, but I'm in one of those moods where I want to like have a good crack. I've got plenty of beers in the fridge and no plans today, so why not? Plus, it's not that nice outside like it has been sort of the last few days. So yeah, that beer is very, very nice. And yeah, I need to look into Crush to see what the characteristics of it are. I just got a lot of citrus and like yeah, like passion fruit, maybe pineapple. Might even have like a slight sort of berry note to it. It's got like the beer was fairly sweet. Yeah, yeah. Boxing Day cricket's always decent, and there's a bit of fire at the moment between the two teams, so it's good. Good rivalry. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Cheers, Drewy. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I don't have any plans, dude. I just want to get on it. I'm doing another beer review after this, probably in the next 5 minutes. And then, yeah, just go with the flow after that. It's like pretty shit outside because it was warm yesterday. It's really muggy. I think the old Santa hat's holding the heat. I feel real hot all of a sudden. But yeah, I think a score for this, I'd probably say I'm going to say a 4.3, which people would probably say is quite high for a Pilsner, but I just think it's very good quality. Yeah, just the punchiness of flavour, and for a 5% Pilsner, I just think it's crushable, like, yeah, clean, easy to drink, but it just had so much flavour to it. And yeah, it's been, when did it get brewed? Yeah, so it's just over a month old. It was brewed, then I think it says the 19th of November. Yeah, so it'll be about 5 weeks old. Ah, very good. Yeah, what did I say? 4.3. And rad can artwork and name. Good old Banksy. Gotta love him. Oh yeah, so you'll be home in 30, Drewy. Cool. Yeah, well, I'll do this next review very shortly. So yeah, those of you that are still hanging around, if you want to see some more, I'll be back in about 5 minutes with I'm doing a native pine beer. So toasted native pine, California IPA. They do the same thing every year, but they've changed the style up this year. And recently I did one in the can vent box, if people can remember, and I think that was a native pine red IPA. So same brewery, but this is just their release that they've done to the public. So yeah, be back in about 5, peeps, and thanks for chiming in. If I don't see you again, enjoy the rest of your Christmas time. Cheers.